What's up everyone? My name is LaToya here with MFA. Today I will be taking you through a 30-minute full body dumbbell workout. All you're gonna need for this workout is a pair of dumbbells. We're gonna get the heart rate up and also make sure that we work on that strength and building muscle. So let's get into it. We're gonna start off with a warm-up. So to begin, we're gonna go into a side lunge. Get nice and deep in this lunge. Find a nice stretch through the adductor here. Then we're gonna come up, hug the knee, and set back into the lunge. So we'll do a few reps on this side, and then we'll switch it over to the other side. Try to get a little deeper with each rep. Good, same thing, we're gonna switch sides. Good, and as you hug that knee up, should feel a nice stretch through the hip, and then sitting, getting a nice stretch through that adductor. Good, now we're gonna go down to the ground into a high plank. And we're gonna bring that right foot to right hand, reach the right elbow to the ground, and rotate open. We're gonna alternate sides here, left foot to left hand, rotate open, and alternate sides, a few reps on each side. Cool, and then from here, we're gonna go back into that high plank. We're gonna set the plank back and pedal out those feet. Get a nice stretch through the calves here. Then we'll return back to the high plank, shift back, and pedal out those feet. So you want to press that chest towards your quads, towards your thighs. Get a nice stretch through the upper back and chest as well. Good, let's go one more. Good, all right, then from here, we're gonna grab those dumbbells. So for this circuit today, we're gonna go through 3 different circuits of exercises. Each circuit is gonna be a circuit of strength mixed in with some cardio, all right? So each strength exercise is gonna go for 40 seconds. We'll give you a nice 15 to 20 second break in between each exercise, and then in between each circuit, we'll be sure to give you a nice long break as well, all right? So we're gonna get started here with just one single dumbbell, and we're gonna go with an offset squat. So we're gonna have the dumbbell at one shoulder, and then sit back into a squat. So with the offset here, we're gonna squat 20 seconds on one side, and then we'll switch to the other side. So you wanna make sure you keep the weight shifted back in the heels. Good, then we're gonna switch sides. Good, 10 more seconds here. You can have that hand out for counterbalance. Keep that core nice and engaged. Good, and then we'll take a break here. So next we're gonna go into a single arm shoulder press. So we're still gonna have that dumbbell at one side, pressing straight up, straight down. All right, in 3, 2, and 1. So same thing here, single side shoulder press, and then we'll go for 20 seconds and switch to the other side. If this gets difficult, feel free to use your legs and push press that dumbbell up. Good, and go ahead and switch to the other side. Same thing here, 20 seconds. Good, maintaining a nice tight core as you press up. Good, we're here for 5. And relax, all right. Next, we're gonna get into a staggered stance deadlift. So you're gonna have one foot staggered slightly behind the other. You can also place your heels together and rotate out that toe. We're gonna go single side, hinging back, And as you come up, press off of that back toe, keeping the weight in the front heel, all right? So we're gonna hinge back, drive up and squeeze, drive up and squeeze. So we're still keeping a nice tight core. Again, we're gonna go 20 seconds here and then switch to the other side. Good, 3, 2, and let's switch. So that toe slightly staggered behind the front foot, hinging back, driving up and squeezing the glutes. Good, here for 10 more seconds. And relax, great job. All right, almost finished with that first circuit. Next, we're gonna go into a split stance. We're gonna have that front leg nice and straight. And we're gonna hinge back into a deadlift and then row that elbow back nice and tight. All right, same thing, 20 seconds on the left, then we'll switch 20 seconds to the right. So you wanna have a nice tight core here as well. You don't wanna slouch forward in the front. Keep those shoulder blades pulled back nice and tight and keep that elbow close and tight to your body. Good, we're here for 5. And then we'll switch sides, 20 seconds on the opposite side. Okay. Good, 3, 2, and relax. All right. So from here, now we're gonna go into a French press. So we're gonna rotate that dumbbell vertically, and we're gonna press up, squeeze the tricep. All right, so we're here. This is our last one for 40 seconds before we get into 2 cardio exercises. So we're pressing up here, squeeze those triceps. Again, keep that core nice and tight. You don't wanna push the chest out. That's when you start to feel it in the upper back. So core is nice and tight. We're bringing down that rib cage. Good, here for 10 more seconds. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, now we're gonna drop the weight and go into a little cardio circuit here. We're gonna start with a jump squat and pulse. So we're gonna sit back into a squat, jump up, pulse at the bottom, pulse at the bottom. All right, again, we're here for 40 seconds, then we'll take a little break, and then we've got one more cardio exercise before the next circuit, all right? So we're gonna sit back into a squat, and pulse. Good, so feel free to take this at your own pace. If that's too difficult, just come back up, pulse, and drive up to the toes. So if that jump is a little bit too high impact, take out the jump and just pulse and drive up to your calves. Good, we're here for 5. And relax, all right. Take a tiny second break. We're gonna go down to mountain climbers. And we're gonna go here for 40 seconds. This is our last exercise of this circuit before we move on to circuit 2, all right? So 40 seconds here. Drive those knees. Slow it down if you need to. If you just need to tuck the knees in at your own pace, feel free to do so. Good, we're halfway here, 20 seconds. Good, last 10. 3, 2, 1. All right, take a nice break here. Grab some water, grab a towel if you need it. We're gonna take a little break before circuit number 2. So all of these exercises, remember to take this at your own pace. If your weight is heavier, you can slow it down, focus more on the form. If you've got lighter weights and you want to challenge yourself, you can also pick up that tempo, all right? So to get started with circuit number 2, we're gonna pick up both of the dumbbells and we're gonna go into a split stance and we're gonna drop down into a split squat. In this position, you're gonna push off of that back big toe and all the weight remains also in the front heel. So you wanna keep the weight shifted back as you drive up, all right? So again, here for 40 seconds, slow and controlled, working on the strength here, focusing on each movement. Again, if this is too difficult or the weights are heavy, feel free to drop them and go body weight. You are still going to feel it. Good, we're over halfway. We have 15 seconds and we'll switch to the other side. Good, last 5. And relax, shake it out, and then we'll do the same thing on the opposite leg. Good, and we'll drop down for 40. Good, so remember to stay nice and tall. Keep that core engaged, belly button pulled in, rib cage tucked down. If you're feeling any knee pain, try to keep that knee shifted behind your toes. That might require you to drop the weight and hold on to something for balance. Good, last 5. And relax, all right. Shake it out, first 2 done. We're gonna go Arnold Press now. We're gonna have the dumbbells with the palms facing you and then rotate up and back down, all right? In 3, 2, and 1. Good, so right here, if this is too much, use those legs and push press those dumbbells up. Good. Core stays nice and tight, keeping that rib cage tucked down as we press. Good, last 10 seconds here, then we'll give your arms a break. Last 5. And relax. All right, next we're gonna go into a suitcase deadlift. We're gonna have both the dumbbells at the side. We're gonna hinge those hips back and keep the weight back into the heels. Core nice and engaged. Drive up, squeeze the glutes. All right, so we're here for 40. Squeeze. Weight is shifted back into the heels. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Good, so nice and controlled here. These strength reps do not need to be super fast. Slow it down, take your time, focus on the form. Good, last 10 seconds here. All right, and then we're gonna go into a rotating row. We're gonna hinge back, dumbbells in front of you, palms facing your body, shoulders pulled back. We're gonna rotate the dumbbells to a neutral position, then back to palms facing you, all right? So we're gonna row here for 40. Again, slow and controlled. Squeeze those shoulder blades as you pull back. Good, we're almost halfway here. After this, we're gonna drop the weights and go down to that cardio circuit. Good, we have 10 more seconds here. And relax, good. All right, we're gonna drop those weights and go down into that cardio circuit. So now we're gonna go crossover mountain climbers. We're gonna bring that right knee to the left elbow and alternate sides for speed, all right? In 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna alternate sides here using that oblique. If you need to slow it down, reach the knee to the elbow. You can also just hold the plank here if the movement is too fast or too much. Good, we're halfway, 20 more seconds. Good, last 10. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, take a second, then we've got one more cardio exercise here, plank jacks. So we're gonna get into a forearm plank position. All right, and then from here, we're gonna alternate stepping your toe out or alternating a jumping jack in a plank position as well. All right, in 3, 2, and 1. So that plank jack here is gonna be a lot more impact than just stepping out the toe. Whatever variation you're doing, take it at your pace. Try to get that heart rate up and keep your body moving. Good, 20 more seconds here. Again, if you need to slow it down, you can even just hold the plank. Focus on what feels best to you. Good, 10. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, that completes circuit 2. Again, take a nice long break here. Grab some water again, grab a towel if you need it. Take a break. We've got one more similar circuit, 5 strength exercises, finishing with 2 cardio based. All right, so for circuit 3, we're gonna pick up those dumbbells again, and we're gonna start with a front-loaded deadlift, and we're gonna add a little step back to that. So we're gonna hinge back in the hips. As you come up, you're gonna step back that right toe, back into the deadlift, step back the left, all right? So we're gonna alternate step backs here. That deadlift is still weight back in the heels, focusing on a tight core and squeezing the glutes as you come up. Good, we're halfway, 20 more seconds. Good, last 10. Three, 2, 1. All right, from here, we're gonna hold both dumbbells at the side. We're gonna curl all the way up and then neutral press up and back down. All right, in 3, 2, and 1. Again, we're curling up, press straight up, and then all the way down. That curl, you wanna keep your core nice and tight. You don't wanna use your back and swing that curl up. Just using those biceps and a nice press. Good, we're over halfway, 15 more seconds. Last 5. And relax, all right. But what we're gonna do here is alternate between a wide row and then back to neutral. All right, alternating between the 2 and 3, 2 and 1. So starting with that wide row, rotating into a neutral and alternating here. The biggest thing here, keep that core nice and tight, shoulder blades pulled back to help protect that lower back. Good, we're halfway, 20 more seconds. Good, last 10. 5. And relax. All right, then from here, we're gonna drop down to 1 dumbbell. This is our last strength exercise before we get back into the cardio. We're gonna press that dumbbell all the way up, and we're gonna go into a skull crusher behind the head. Back to the top, back to the chest, all the way up, and skull crusher. All right, so we're here for 40. Our last strength exercise, then we're gonna drop down to 2 cardio, and then the workout is complete. We're almost there. Push through for these last few reps. Good, we're halfway, 20 more seconds. Good, last 10. Good, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so from here, we're gonna go into our last 2 cardio exercises. We're gonna start by going laterally, alternating skaters. We can tap that toe to the ground, reach down side to side. All right, for 20, and go. So we're gonna tap and reach towards the toe. Keep your chest nice and tall. You don't wanna bend forward in your upper back. If you need to slow it down, you can step and tap, still reaching, getting into that glute. Try to keep your body moving, keep that heart rate up. Good, we're here for 15 more seconds. Good, last 5. Good, all right, one more exercise. We're gonna take it into everyone's favorite, a burpee, all right? So from here, 40 seconds. After this, we're going into a cool down, all right? So give it everything you have here for this last round, all right? In 3, 2, and 1. If you need to step back and take out that impact, step up and reach if that impact is too much. Good, we're last 10 seconds here. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, pat yourself on the back. That is the completion of the workout. 30 minutes is tough. We kept our body moving the whole time. Now let's get into a cool down, all right? So bring that heart rate down. We're gonna go in a seated position. So from here, nice big breath. We're gonna inhale and exhale. And we're gonna have left hand placed on the ground. We're gonna reach that right hand all the way over to one side. Left elbow down to the ground. And really reach, nice little stretch through the side body. Good, inhale, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Good, nice big breath. We're gonna do the same thing, one more each side. Good, nice big reach. And one more to the other side. Good. Grab that right elbow and pull to the side. And then also, as you pull that elbow back and down, you'll get a nice little stretch through the tricep if you reach those fingers down your back. Good, nice big sweep, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Good, one more each side. Nice big breaths. Open up, and then last one to the left. All right, and then we're gonna get into a kneeling position. From here, we're gonna bring that right foot up, and we're gonna tuck the hips under and push that right knee forward. You should feel a nice stretch through the left quad. Good, and from here, if you've got the balance and you wanna get a little deeper in the quad, you can grab that back foot, pull that heel towards your glutes, and get an even deeper stretch in the quad. Good, we'll hold here a few seconds. Good, and then we'll gently release that foot, shift back and switch sides. So again, tuck those hips under, press that knee forward. You can grab that back toe or just focus on that front hip stretch, pushing that left knee a little forward. Big breaths here, try to get in a few more deep breaths, and each time try to pull that heel closer to your glutes or push that front knee a little more forward. Good, and then our last stretch, we're gonna come back standing. We're gonna go back into that side lunge. We're gonna spread the feet wide. We're gonna shift into that side lunge, reach for the toe or the ankle here, and we're gonna open up in the T-spine. So you should feel a nice stretch through the adductors in your hips, also in that upper back. All right, and that completes the workout. Thank you all for joining me. Again, my name is LaToya here with MFA, and I will see you at the next workout.